unfortunately, I have to talk about the awful, awful news the New York Yankees got today about Greg Bird, and that is he has to have another surgery to remove a bone spur on his right ankle. And the bad news is he's expected to be out for almost 2 months. So it looks like Greg Bird might not be back until June. Let's read this daily news article, which, of course, every link I do on sports will be in the description below. This is from Mike Mazzio, so if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I apologize. This was supposed to be Greg Bird's breakout year. Then again, so was last year and the year before that, even though he impressed a lot of people when Mark Teixeira was hurt in 2015. But the Bird continues to be plagued by injuries, and he is headed under the knife once more. The Yankees will be without their 25-year-old first baseman for the first 6 to 8 weeks of the season after he undergoes right ankle surgery tomorrow to remove a small broken spur. Bird, who was only hit 154 this spring, reported feeling discomfort on Saturday and was scratched from the lineup from the split squad game on Saturday. He underwent an MRI and a CAT scan here in New York today, which showed no structural damage at the time. Manager Aaron Boone was feeling optimistic as a result. Today, Greg Bird visited specialist Dr. Martin O'Malley in Manhattan, where he and his team learned the worst. The Greg Bird-Nick Johnson comparisons certainly aren't going to stop. Well, it's time to really start talking about the comparisons, because Greg Bird is starting to become the next Nick Johnson. And this is a young guy. He's only 25 years old. Bird was supposed to have a break-off season this year, with scouts predicting he could hit 30-plus home runs, which is my expectation too, hitting around Aaron Judge and Gene's Carlos Stanton in the number 3 hole of Murderers Row 2.0. Keeping in mind, this was, of course, the reference made to the 1927 New York Yankees team. And this is also another reference that Yankees broadcaster Michael Kay referenced on his radio show. I will quickly mention that. There were always the caveat, though, if it was always a big if he could stay healthy. Bird only has appeared in 94 games over the last 3 seasons due to injuries. 2 seasons ago, it was shoulder injury which cost him the entire year. Last season, it was a foul ball that blasted off his ankle during the final game of the spring, which later led to surgery in the middle part of July. And now this bone spur problem. Now the Bombers must contemplate whether Bird, who was so dynamic in the playoffs, boasting 3 home runs and a .938 on-base percentage, can be their long-term answer at first base. The Bombers now have to figure out who's going to be playing first base, Neil Walker or Tyler Austin, which RotoChamp has certainly changed the lineup, which we will get into that. Walker with an .842 on-base percentage versus righties last year, and Austin 1.154 career versus lefties and 36 at-bats, seemingly contemplate each other well. Granted, both players have endured their own share of injuries recently. The Yankees have bought Adam Lynn's camp as an insurance policy for Bird. They let him go when they inked Neil Walker to a 1-year deal a couple weeks ago, which is already proving pivotal. Lynn remains without a job at this point. Overall, though, the Bombers should be able to overcome Greg Bird's absence offensively. They will, of course, miss his lefty bat, but their lineup still consists of Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Gary Sanchez, and Didi Gregorius at shortstop. Well, they were supposed to have a big 5. I will quickly bring my viewpoint in. But in the meantime, we all have to hope that Judge, Stanton, Sanchez, and Didi, because Gregorius' health still concerns me as well, not just Greg Bird's, now with this. This should definitely still get the Yankees to 95 wins, but Greg Bird will certainly be missed, including me, because I thought he was going to have 30 home runs this season, but looks like it's not going to happen in the short run. Maybe we'll see. When they called up Bird in 2015, I will quickly mention this, which this was not mentioned in the article. In 2015, most of you remember, when Mark Teixeira was injured, the Yankees and Joe Girardi called up Greg Bird. And Greg Bird, for a whole month in June, was able to hit so many home runs. So maybe you look at it long term and say, well, Greg Bird could be the spark they need in June. Maybe that will happen. We'll see. But in the short run, the lineup has to hit home runs. That's why they have this lineup. And I'm sure, knowing Didi, knowing how I judged him, saying, well, he's only supposed to hit for runs batted in, now he's going to have to see if he can get some power into that bat. Because without Greg Bird, you have to hope Didi can hit home runs now. Tyler Wade could see more time at second as a result of Greg Bird's injury, with Gleyber Torres waiting in the minors. While Miguel Andujar will also be baptized at first in the minors, an experiment that becomes even more important given the latest news. Quickly going to mention this, last season they ranked second in baseball in runs scored despite missing Bird, Sanchez, Gregorius, and Aaron Hicks for the significant chunks at time. So let's recap this for a sec, alright? Aaron Hicks, Didi Gregorius, Gary Sanchez, especially Sanchez. They weren't in the lineup last season. And Aaron Judge, when he became this big-time player, was able to hit so many home runs early last season. Maybe that happens again. I don't know. And now with Giancarlo, you have to hope that that will happen. Let's just see what else this article says. I'm just going to quickly read it. Well, we don't really have an answer on Greg Bird's breakout year. We really don't. That's the ending point of this article. So to end the video, we're going to quickly take a look at the lineup. And we'll take a look at the bench, because this is state of emergency right now with this team now that Greg Bird is injured. Now the lineup drastically changed. It definitely does. Because now, knowing that Gardner, again, we don't have to worry about the outfield that much. Gardner's still going to play left. Judge is still going to switch between center and right field. And we'll see what happens when Aaron Boone makes those decisions. Now, you have to put Didi at 5. You could have put him in the middle of the lineup. Now you don't have that option with Greg Bird. Now, you have to have Neil Walker play first on Thursday. You have to hope Hicks can still DH. You have to put Drury at third. And now you have to put Wade at second. So, a lot of expectations now. They have to deliver in the first 2 months. I'm going to take a look at the bench, because the bench is going to be a key. Here's the thing with the bench, alright? Ellsbury, let's take a look at him. Right oblique strain. They still don't know if he's going to be ready on Thursday. He's supposed to be the backup DH. So, what do you do here? Am I seeing this right? Mike Ford is not going... This is one of the minor leaguers. You're not going to call up Mike Ford. No. No. They are not going to do that. No. The best thing they should do, and I'll end the video on this point, you got to call up Gleyber Torres. Alright? You got to call up Gleyber Torres. Because if you don't, there's a big mistake. Very big mistake if you don't call up Gleyber Torres. Because Neil Walker is not playing first base every day. Alright? every other day. Now, this is the decision Aaron Boone has to make. Who is going to be batting against lefties? Who is going to be batting against righties? I'm talking about the handed pitchers here. You know, that's going to be a problem. So you put Gleyber Torres, you call him up. Don't call up Mike Ford. No, he's not ready. He's supposed to be a September call-up when the Yankees are supposed to already have the American League East wrapped up. You look at the whole thing right now. There's nobody else you can call up. God forbid that Neil Walker gets hurt. Maybe that's when you call up Mike Ford. Maybe that's when you do it. But not now. Not right now. I'll quickly go to Clint Frazier. Concussion. So far, there's good news that maybe this week he will continue his drills. And that he'll hopefully start the season at AAA Scranton. Alright, okay. Let's not freak out. Tyler Austin, he's over here. He's going to get called up. Right. Let's just double check it again. Shall we? Yeah, Tyler Wade's right here. Alright, so there you have it. Still going to be weird. Opening day, Greg Bird's not in the lineup. But at least Severino's still pitching on Thursday, so that is a good sign at least. So, whenever there's more news, I will gladly give it. And hopefully when Greg Bird is cleared to play and can be in the starting lineup, I will give the news out when that happens. So, just wanted to make this this video regarding the Greg Bird injury and how this is now going to be the lineup on opening day. And I can't believe this is happening. That's it. Thank you for watching.